Good evening. My name is Kavin Swift, and today I'll be talking about should athletes' grades be important to their eligibility to play? Well, as a former student athlete myself, I do believe that the grades should factor into the students playing because that just keeps order. Like growing up, I played baseball, and it just was the thought of making school easier, knowing that you had to keep your grades up to fulfill your task on the field and or court. With that being said, I believe that this builds character, drive into children. It gives them a purpose. It makes them want to get up and go hard for their sport because they know that they have something to succeed. They have something to accomplish, and it gives a teacher. It gives the teachers a sense of urgency that they did their job and that they were a success and they did every single thing they could to make sure that that kid was well onto their path to being successful. Reasons academic performance should be is important in athletics is because it's like without school, where how will we even have sports? If you get what I'm saying, because without the basic knowledge to read, write, so on and so forth, we can't do these things. On the baseball field specifically, it requires knowledge. Like baseball is not a poor man's sport as we might say on the field. Because with baseball, it is so much thinking right then and there on the fly. You got math, you got anything. With football, you have plays from the trigonometry. You're using shapes like it's there. Everything is there that's factored in from major academics. Now, since I was in eighth grade, that's when sports were like really grade wise because you cannot get approved by the athletic director of your school if your grade point average is not a certain thing. And back then, when I was growing up, it was keep maintaining a 2.0. And this was fairly easy to me because, like I said, I wanted it. I didn't want anything else but that. And I always knew I wanted to go to college off of my said sport. And when you're growing up, they're telling you all of these things like without your books, you cannot make it far because your said sport is not promised. It is not promised at all. It is not promised that you may go first round. Hey, it's not promised you go second or third. It is not even promised that you get drafted. Out of 3,500 out of 3,500 players in the state of in the city of Atlanta, maybe one might get drafted at their said sport. So think about the nation. With hundreds of thousands of athletes, it's only a 3% chance that you will make it out and become professional. And as the great Deion Sanders, aka Prime, always said, you look good, you feel good. You feel good, you play good. You play good, they pay good. None of this happens without basic academic knowledge. You cannot get where you want to without having some type of order. Now, I'm gonna give you an example. Deion Sanders is the coach at the University of Colorado at Boulder. A lot of people find the way he coaches the way he coaches his kids. They have a problem with that because he has more of a father like thing. He wants his kids to strive. He wants them to achieve greatness. He wants them to be none other than great. He had a kid that he just had the 5-star number one player in the nation. He recruited him last year. Cormoney McClain. Cormoney McClain just hit the transfer portal because Cormoney McClain did not like the way Deion Sanders was coaching. Cormoney wasn't going to class, wasn't doing nothing. He just wanted to be handed. And I'm an underdog. So I love the hard work. I love the grind. I love the drive. I believe everybody should do that. And I have no problem with the way Coach Prime did that. Like, I got another example. I know you all have seen the movie Coach Carter. The way Coach Carter was trying to give those kids to get an education, and their parents thought that he was tripping. Excuse my slang. I'm sorry for that. They thought that he was acting out. They thought that he didn't know ball. I believe education is the foundation for success, not sports, not anything. I don't play baseball anymore, and I'm glad that I never like with me losing baseball. I still know I had to finish. I still knew I had something to accomplish. I still know I had to drive because I have been a great scholar throughout my years of school. I have never failed a class. I have never done any of this. I always knew from day one I was going to college with or without baseball, and that was just something I believe in. That's something I strive for. I pride myself on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had a mentor named Coach CJ growing up. He gave me a paradigm shift. Like, he taught me so much, and it was always, you're bigger than ball. And I want all the young kids out there to know that you're bigger than ball. One day it might end. One day we won't all end up like the great LeBron James. We won't all end up like the great Derek Jeter. We won't all end up like the great Randy Moss, Tom Brady. But what's said and done and what's said in stone is what we got in here and here. They can't take that from us. So I want everybody out here to focus on that and to understand that mind is what gets the paper. Excuse my language. That mind is what gets the paycheck. I just want to relate to my youth out here. I want to relate to anybody out here watching that something that comes from me. Like just a kid from the west side of Atlanta. We don't even make it to school over here, and let alone me almost graduating. That's something I pride myself on, but I want to thank everybody for taking their time out to watch me and to understand what I come from and to understand what I mean by this, and I love that I was able to spread my knowledge that I have with you all today. And I want to say this was Kavin Swift from Public Speaking from University of West Georgia, signing out. Thank you all for today, and have a great day.